Hi everybody, it's Stacy and it's day 14 of my juicing journal. I've made it 2 whole weeks and you may see that I'm hiding in my bedroom again because my husband decided to make the boys breakfast for dinner, and that includes bacon. So the smell of bacon is floating through my house and I'm hiding up here for a little bit, which bacon is not something I ever really crave, but if you start to smell it, then you start to want it. And so as I'm hiding in my hole here in my bedroom, avoiding food, I thought I would just kind of recap 2 weeks. I'm kind of, in a lot of ways, this has flown by. And in other ways, it's been hard and maybe gone slow. And I realize I've got a long road ahead of me. But it gave me a moment to kind of do some self-reflection about the last 2 weeks. And so I took a few notes. But, you know, one of the blessings of this is just how many great people this has brought into my life through Juicing Mama's Facebook page. And actually my best friend Kelly, who, if you're not following her, is also doing a juice. She's going to juicing a juice feast, and she's trying to do 100 days. So if you're not following her, her YouTube channel is Running for Life, and she's one of the most hilarious people I know. And when we're together, we truly believe we are the funniest people we know and probably deserve our own reality TV show or something, because we're, in our own minds, we're the funniest people we know. And we laugh and laugh at ourselves. She's also one of the smartest people I know. So in disclosure, there are times where she sends me text messages and I actually do have to Google the word that she put in the message, because I'm like, really? Do you have to be that smart all the time? But you'll love her videos, and she's got a lot of great insights, and she's got a lot of substance in her videos. I think you'd really enjoy her channel. So, but she introduced me, how I even started this whole thing, she introduced me to Kirsty K. So if you're not following Kirsty K, you're really missing out. She has been somebody, like, I look for her video to come up every single day because I know it's going to give me motivation. And first I was just kind of a voyeur, like I was looking through her videos and trying to figure out what this was all about. And now here I am, I'm on day 14, and I think she's in day 40 something. So she's about a month ahead of me, but I go back and I look at her videos and kind of what she was going through at the same points that I'm at right now. She's a lovely person to watch. If you're not watching Kirsty K, you need to do that. And then, of course, the people through Juicy Mama, including Trish and her husband, Todd, you know, the work they're doing there, pretty darn amazing. When you look at how many people just within the last few weeks have joined that site and are all jumping on the bandwagon, she's starting a movement. So it's really exciting, and it's just really been a lot of support and fellowship, and it's not one of those negative backbitey Facebook pages that I've seen where people can, you know, itching for debate or all that. It's just 1000% support. So I've got that, and I've been obsessed with watching Kirsty K and Trish and a bunch of other YouTube channels over the last 14 days. It's just like I can't immerse myself into this enough. And because I think the more I watch it, the more it helps me. Because you do have those moments of doubt. You know, today, and it's not so much doubt too, it's just like sometimes I get hungry, and sometimes I start to have cravings, and I've got these boys around here that eat everything, and literally there's been 2 pieces of leftover pizza in my refrigerator, and every time I go to get a juice, they're just staring at me, and they know that they're my favorite food. So it's just having the temptations around. Because unfortunately, you know, my kids don't have any interest in juicing for the next however many days I continue with this, and they still think they need to eat. And I guess the law says we have to feed them. So we keep doing that. I think the other thing they've been reflecting about, as I kind of look back through a few of my videos, I mean, my first video, I was just kind of terrified, first of all, to start this whole juice feast, because I didn't really know how long I could do it, if I could do it, if I just spent a bunch of money on stuff and I was gonna bail after 2 days. But then I was terrified. I started this channel, and I think you can kind of watch, if you watch from the beginning, even now, and it's only been 2 weeks, I've loosened up a bit. And clearly that fear has gone away, because I've had no problems making an ass out of myself on a YouTube channel on the daily. I'm good at that. But now I've memorialized it in video. And then I was also just thinking back, just from a health perspective, really I haven't had headaches in 11 days, so, which I've talked about yesterday, but that's kind of a miracle for me. And then also, I used to be a big runner. I had a back injury 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, that was really kind of life altering. I ended up having to have back surgery, but I used to run. So my friend Kelly, Running for Life, that was one of our things. We would go do 5Ks and 10Ks, and then we would run half marathons, and it was, really became a big part of who I was, and that was ripped away from me when I had that back injury. And, now that I have 2 vertebrae fused together, it's really not smart for me to put that kind of pounding on my body. Otherwise, I'll end up with more discs that fail me. And that's led to a lot of things. It's led to me feeling depressed. It's led to me isolating myself when I'm like that. It's led to me really going through bouts of where I work out a lot, and then, it's forever before I work. So it's just like I'm really into it or I'm really not. Well, the good news is I'm really back into it again, and this whole process has really helped with that. So I did bike today again for an hour, and so I've worked out 10 of the last 14 days, which is probably more than I worked out in the last 6 months prior to that. Let's just be honest, which is part of the reason I've gotten a little chubby. So, and then, obviously the weight loss. So I'm still far from where I want to be. I've got, I really have a goal to get down before we go on spring break. But I'm making progress, and tomorrow it will be my official weigh-in, so I will share that tomorrow. And Kirsty K has coined her Wednesdays as their weigh-in Wednesdays, which just kind of rolls off the tongue. So my weeks are on Wednesdays too, so I'm going to have a weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow as well, and I'm feeling like it might be something that's making me happy. And I think that will be good progress too, because today's been tempting with food. I've got bacon frying downstairs. I've had pizza staring at me in the face in the refrigerator. Oh, by the way, and then my husband bought donut holes and like an angel food cake, and it's sitting right next to like all my fruit on the counter. I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? But again, I guess these other people in my house think they need food too. But it's hard to have the temptation around. So let's hope a good weight loss tomorrow helps with that temptation. So that's a little bit of recap about my first 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to my weigh-in, and I hope everybody has a great night and everybody juice on.